Really excited to be joined right now by head basketball coach Andrew Blazer. And Coach Blazer, last year, huge strides from the previous year, winning season, state tournament berth, got to the Final Four of the Prep League tournament. How do you build on that success now in your third year here?
Well, I hope we can continue to really build. I think there's something to be said for getting used to me, but also just having guys that have varsity experience. Now, some of these guys have 2-3 years of varsity experience. That's huge for us. The first year we had no experience. Last year we saw what some of that experience can do, and now there's a lot more kind of cohesiveness and continuity. So I expect to take another big jump this year, I think.
So as we're doing this interview, it is late November. We've had a couple scrimmages. Guys have been working for several weeks now. What are some of the things you're seeing in this kind of preseason phase? We're just a couple days away from tipping it off for real. Some of the guys that are impressing you, and just what are you seeing in this early phase of the season?
I think the big thing is just we're sharing the ball. The ball's moving really well, and offensively there's a lot of flow to what we're doing. Even when it's not perfect and what we want to do, it's just the ball's moving, we're sharing the ball, and we're really getting good shots. So that part's really good. It allows us to be a little bit more creative at times, and also then spend some more time focusing on defense, which I think is going to be the biggest thing for us is going to be defense and rebounding. We don't have a lot of true size. Our guards are pretty big, but we have a lot of guards. So focusing on that, and then getting healthy to where we kind of have our whole complement of guys, which we're not right now. So trying to figure out what we're doing defensively now versus what we might be doing defensively.
You know, as a long-term experienced coach, the importance of leadership. How is that developing in this early phase of the season for you?
Yeah, I think Alex Chaikin and Trey Coles being seniors and being in the program, playing big minutes now for 2-3 years. They're kind of taking the lead on that, and they've done a good job of that. But I also think it's a team where it doesn't have to be two voices. It can really be, I'd say that we have those 6 guys that are older, have experience. Even Brent Thompson, who's new to us, has come in seamlessly and done a great job. Gets along with everyone. It's a natural feel there. So I think the leadership part's refreshing because it's not like everyone's looking to one guy. There's kind of just an expectation amongst that older group, and that's been really good for us so far.
So would you say they're setting a standard? Because I know you've also got a lot of young guys. The older guys are setting that standard, and how are the young guys picking up on all that?
They're learning. I think it was a little bit more overwhelming at the start, but for me, I've been so impressed with the strides that the young guys have taken in 3 weeks. Our coaching staff just talked about it last week, and we were saying how impressed and almost surprised in a good way we were of how these young guys are they're ready to go. So that's been really good to see.
And then just style of play-wise, you mentioned a very guard-heavy roster. Does that impact what you're able to do, or does it kind of create opportunities to play a certain way that maybe you're excited about?
Very excited because when we get a defensive rebound, we can pretty much just go. We're not looking for a point guard to outlet to. We're just going, throwing the ball ahead, playing fast. Spreading people out. If someone does have a true big, they're going to have to come out and guard, and we're comfortable guarding them on the other end. So.
And then last thing, just for your third year now, you kind of learned the ropes of the Prep League and Vista. And what would you say are just some things that you've learned in these last 2 years that maybe were different from the public school side of things, or just kind of your own learning curve that now you feel like you're a vet? Talk about that.
I think certain opponents, especially on the road, but even some of the rivalries at home, you have to keep things a little bit more simple and really get down your nonverbal calls. That's been the biggest thing for me. Those first few experiences, I was going in we're just going to call our stuff, and no one can hear you. It's the guys, the environments are so great and awesome that your brain, you got to make it real simple on the brain. And so just kind of going into those types of games, So it's easy for the players, and there's not thinking, there's not a lot of, they'll just be able to go out there and play and react. So I think that's the biggest thing for me.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining us. We can't wait at TSPN to hopefully be able to broadcast most, if not all, of the home games, and can't wait to see what the guys do this season.
We're excited too. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Coach.
All
right, dude.
Alrighty, I'm Ryan Lloyd, joined here by two boys basketball captains this year, Trey Coles and Alex Shakin. You guys have a lot of perimeter shooting threats this year. I know Alex and Trey, you guys both can really knock it down from anywhere. How has that influenced kind of the way you want to play this year?
Well, it helps a lot being that we have shooters and a lot of scorers on the court, so it allows like the lane to open up more since the shooters like to cheat out, so it's an easy layups and other shots for us, and then if we do decide to step in, we have shooters and knock down, so it's really make the game a lot easier for us.
Yeah, we definitely want to put an emphasis on spreading the floor, driving and kicking. We got 3 or 4 players that can knock down any 3 when they're open, so we're just going to try to get those guys open and get some shots up.
Yeah, that's really good to hear. I wanted to talk to you guys more on an individual level. Being captains this year, what's one thing that you want to really bring to leadership this year?
Mainly talking on defense. Since we're a smaller team than we was last year, we have to talk a lot since we have to face some bigger opponents, along with rebounding, and also that me and Alex that's directing traffic is a big part on offense, and just getting guys in the right spots and overall helping us.
Yeah, I'd say bringing energy. I think we have the best practices when we bring energy. That's just when we work harder. And then just an experience where both seniors played a lot of varsity minutes. When we have adversity through the season, I think we can give guys some advice or just kind of lead through tough challenges throughout the season.
Yeah, that's really good to hear. I wanted to talk to you guys. You guys have a pretty new team. There's only 3 seniors on this year's team. You have 9 new players. What's it been like working in the offseason to try to really get that chemistry up?
I say for myself, I watched the guys come a long way, especially like these young guys on the defensive wise, since they come from middle school or not playing a lot of tough minutes. At first, like really going by or really hard to stay in front of people, but seeing that they go hard in practice every day, they see them getting better. It's also a simple game for them as well. It's making quick and right decisions. But I've seen a lot of growth since those new players.
Yeah, we worked out a lot throughout the summer, a lot of practices, a lot of scrimmages, a lot of summer games. So just getting everybody adjusted to the new plays, the new system. I just didn't know everybody. I think we've come a long way, and I think our chemistry is pretty good right now. Everyone gets along, everyone enjoys each other's company. I think it'll be good for this season.
I wanted to talk to you guys with those new either transfer students. I know you guys have a couple and incoming players. Is there one player each that you guys really think will make a big impact this year that wasn't on the team last year?
I feel like you got a new kid named Zay Carter. He's shown tremendous growth over the course of the whole summer. He's knocking down shots, bringing to the defense, and able to play a lot of positions. He's around 6'5", 6'6" as an 8th grader, athletic, hit the jump shot, and he's getting better at defense by the way. So I feel like throughout the whole season, we'll see.
Yeah, our junior guard, Brent Thompson, who just transferred from Benedictine, he's going to be a big piece for us, handling the ball, shooting the ball. He was good for them last year, and, I'm glad he's on our team this year instead of Benedictine.
Yeah, you mentioned Benedictine. Trinity has a variety of different rivals that I know you guys, as well as the entire school community, really relish the opportunity to play and beat them. Last year, you were able to defeat Benedictine both times, both home and away, but you did end up splitting games 1-1 with both St. Chris and Collegiate. I wanted to talk about what that's meant to you guys. How important are those big rivalry games, and what their importance is not only for team morale, school morale, but also for the state rankings and the poll that comes out. How important are those games?
Yes, they were hungry. Like we beat Benedictine twice last year, but we want to beat them again. St. Chris, we split 1-1 with a tough game, our second game with them. But this year, like I said, we're hungry. We're coming out to beat them, and we're way better. This year we were great last year, but I feel like we're determined to get these wins, and along with trying to win the game.
Yeah, I'd say they're the most fun games, but also the ones we care the most about. Thai Nation always comes through in those games. They show out. It's loud, so it's a really good environment. But also, there's games that we pinpoint on the schedule and we look for and we prepare a lot for. So I think those games mean the most to us.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about everyone when you ask them, what's your team goal for this year? Everyone's immediate response is, oh, I want to win a state championship. Oh, I want to be Prep League champions. I wanted to ask you guys, what's a team goal that you guys have that's not one of those? Is there something that you really want the team to improve in a certain way? Or what's a goal that's not the state championship?
I say the main goal for us that we didn't really do last year is more like offensive and defensive wise, but it's playing more free. We want to, since we're like a smaller team, it's like we want to get out of transition a lot more. We want to re-grab the ball. We don't want to look for a specific player. The players, we want to push the ball and get ahead. We want to stop. We want to get more deflections, more steals. We want to talk more. We want to be more in sync. And like Ali said about the chemistry, like we want chemistry to grow even more. We just want to be more together on both sides of the ball and hopefully win Prep League and then states next.
I would say just bringing full effort every game. I thought there was a few games or a couple games that either we let through our hands or it was closer than it should have been, and that was mainly due to us taking our foot off the gas pedal or not executing as much as we could have. So I think if we bring full effort every single game, it'll play out.
Alright, so here from you guys, I wish you the best of luck. We'll be broadcasting pretty much every home game, so make sure you guys tune in. And thank you so much for watching. It's TSPN.